Happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cameraman. And welcome back to my channel, Cooking with Shalonda. Today is Mother's Day and we're cooking gumbo. What we have here is some seasoned chicken wings.
Seasoned with what?
I seasoned it with Tony Chachere's onion powder and garlic powder. We have some smoked sausage here.
Seasoned with what?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Then we have our Trinity, which is garlic, bell peppers, onion, and celery. We have 2 pounds of shrimp.
Seasoned with
seasoned with Old Bay seasoning, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. We have some blue shell crabs that are cut in half. This was about 5 or 6 crabs and they're broken in half. For the seasoning, we need the shells from the shrimp. We're going to boil those so we can get a good broth off of them to use in the gumbo. We have some jasmine rice, some chicken broth, Tony Chachere's, Old Bay seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, gumbo filet, some all-purpose flour that we're going to use to make the roux, as well as some vegetable oil. We're going to take the shells from the shrimp that we peeled and add 2 cups of water. We're going to bring this to a boil and use the broth. We're going to drain it and use the broth for to add to the gumbo. It's going to give a good seafood taste to it. And get started with sauteing our vegetables and our chicken, cooking our chicken. So I got my big gumbo pot. This is my gumbo use pot that I use every time. And I'm going to cut the fire up to probably about a medium-high heat. We're going to take our vegetable oil and coat the bottom of the pan, just enough to fill the bottom of the pan there. And as that comes to heat up, we're going to get ready. We're going to use a wooden spoon, and we're going to saute our vegetables.
I didn't know where you were going.
Again, this is 1 whole bell pepper, 1 medium onion, 3 stalks of celery, and 4 cloves of garlic. Just going to add all that into the pan, to the pot rather.
I'm short.
And we're going to saute those till they get soft for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, this has been about 3 minutes and I got my vegetables sauteed. To that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of Tony Chachere's and a tablespoon of gumbo filet. I like to add some of my seasonings in the beginning. Someone had asked from a previous video about my measuring spoons. I got these from Pampered Chef, and they are stackable spoons for easy storage. And I really love how they stack away very nice and neatly in my cupboard. To this, I'm going to add my chicken. 4.5 pounds of chicken wings. That's 4.5 pounds of chicken wings. I'm just going to cook these till they get brown. They were seasoned again with Tony Chachere's, garlic powder, and onion powder. Now I'm just going to let that cook till my chicken get a little brown, and I'm going to add the sausages next. So while that's cooking, I'm going to get my roux together. So while my chicken is cooking and browning, I'm going to go ahead and start on my roux. I have a cup of flour that I'm going to brown to the consistency of like a cocoa powder. This is going to take about 10-15 minutes for it to get the color that we need it to be. So So we're just going to constantly stir it until they get to that cocoa brown color. As the flour is still cooking, you can see where it's beginning to turn brown. You want to make sure you constantly stir it so it won't burn. This is about 5 minutes into the cooking time, and it's browning very nicely. But you want to continue to cook it till you get to that cocoa powder consistency. See how it's turning brown. About the brownness that we need to get. Again, make sure you stir the bottom where it won't burn. Constantly stirring. And we're going to add this to the gumbo, to the mixture in the pot, before we pour in our liquids. If you look in the pot in the back, you have the shrimp peelings that have boiled down. You can see that the peelings are a little pink. And we're going to use that broth. We're going to drain that and use some of that broth to add to the gumbo. Stir up our chicken. I add a little broth to the bottom of the pan so the chicken wouldn't stick. And to this now we're going to add our sausage. Now I cut the sausage in half and then dice them up. I put them in this way. I'm going to sit and let those cook. Going to stir this up here. And let those cook a little bit. See how my chicken wings are getting cooked in there. I'm going to add some chicken broth to it. Just enough to coat really the bottom of the pan. Eventually we're going to use all of that chicken broth. Now remember, when you're cooking, get to the bottom of the pan, because that's where all your goodness and deliciousness is, at the bottom. But you want to scrape it also so it won't get sticky and burn. Okay, we're going to let that cook for about 10 minutes. We're going to add some okra, some cut okra into it. I'm just going to let that cook for a little bit. Okay, to my chicken and sausage, I'm going to add some cut frozen okra. Oh, and this, y'all, it smells so good. I'm going to stir that up. I'm going to add my roux. Add my roux to it. Get all that good greatness out the pan. Oh. I'm going to stir this up. Get it all up in there. And then I'm going to add the remaining of this one chicken broth. And I want to add another container of chicken broth. I'm going to stir it again, make sure everything is mixed together. And I'm going to get my colander. One at the top. Set right over that. Pour it right into the pot. Not the shells, of course. Take this out of here. And stir it up again. Then we'll just let this boil until the chicken is fully cooked. And then we're going to add the shrimp and the crabs last. So now we want to take a little taste to see if we need to add any more seasoning. Take a little taste to see if we need to add any more seasoning to it. And we do. We're going to add some more Tony Chachere's in it. Probably about 2 tablespoons of Tony's. I'm going to add a tablespoon of Gumbo filet. Add it right on top. Give it a good stir.
Spread down the sides with some of the seasoning. Heat it up. I'm just gonna let this boil.
Now that this has been cooking about 20 or 30 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and add the shrimp and the crab. You're gonna add these last because shrimp and crabs does not take long to cook. So we're just gonna add the shrimps there. Give it a stir. We're gonna add the crabs. And this was about 5, I think this was about 5 crabs there. I'm gonna stir it up. And you're gonna cook this for about another 10 minutes because like I say, the shrimp and crabs doesn't take long to cook. And you wanna make sure you add this last because you don't want to cook it too long. It'll be overcooked and not done enough. I also started a pot of rice. Now that the shrimp and crabs have cooked, you see how pink the shrimps are? There, the sausage, the crab have turned red. We're gonna take it, and our rice is all done. We're gonna take a good scoop from the bottom and lay it over my rice. Make sure we add some shrimp in there. A little juice. Look at that, how that roux turned out. Let's get a piece of chicken. Right there. Chicken don't want to come out. There we go. Add that to the plate. Let's see if we can get a crab out of here. Here you go, one right here. And I also have a claw on it. Add that to the plate. Look at there. Get tasted with a piece of sausage. It's a little hot, so let's blow it. Sunday, Mother's Day, gumbo. Very good. I want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. I hope this recipe has inspired somebody to go out and cook some gumbo. And visit my channel again. Cooking with Shalonda. So Good Catering. Subscribe, like, and comment.